This woman caught her husband marrying another woman, leaving her angry like this. Turns out, they never even got divorced. One day, he just abandoned her and their kid while she was pregnant with twins. And when she found out that her husband was about to marry another woman, she got mad and wanted revenge. That's why she showed up at their wedding screaming like this. Turns out, in their country, it's illegal to marry two women at once. And because of this, their priest called the police on them. And they showed up to their wedding too. And if you think that's crazy, wait until you see how his new wife reacts to it all. This is Janviere, a hard-working mom from Central Africa who had a very difficult life. You see, her husband abandoned her and took their twins with him, leaving her in charge of their small daughter and two more twins in her womb.
Mana yanje, ubuzima twasigayemo nyuma yuko agiye. Nibwo buzima bwambabaje mwisi kurenza ikindi kintu cyose. Nibwo buzima bwanakuruye.
But things started to get worse because she wasn't able to pay rent on her own. So her and her children were evicted. This is how they ended up, renting a small room. And even though Janviere worked all day, leaving her children alone, what she earned wasn't enough to support them. For 2 years, she desperately tried to reach her husband and get her twins back, but he was nowhere to be found. Until one day, she received a call that would change everything. She found out that her husband was planning to marry another woman. At first, the news made her angry, but then she saw an opportunity.
Yewe, numvaga nifuza ko duhura imyaka yose maze mushaka akampa abana banje.
She wanted to crash her husband's wedding to expose them in front of everyone and finally get her children back. But she needed help to pull this off. So she decided to make her story public and call these guys to cover it. Everything was set, and Janviere went to the church where the ceremony was about to begin. But before her husband got married, she stepped in to confront him. And believe me, when you see his reaction, you'll be mad because he acted like she wasn't even there. Man, that's cold. Now, let's take a closer look at this soon-to-be wife's reaction. She doesn't show any emotions at all. Just a quick glance, then looks away. Everyone else was shocked, including the priest, who after finding out that he was already married with children, did something that changed the future of this family. He canceled the wedding and called the police because this man was about to commit a crime for marrying another woman without getting divorced first. After the scandal, she thought everything she did was in vain because she didn't get any answer about her children, leaving her feeling hopeless. But little did she know that her life was about to change for the better, because when local authorities investigated the case, not only was her husband arrested, but they also made her dream come true and reunited her with her twins. She was so happy that they were finally back, she threw a welcoming party for him.
Ikintu kinshimishije uyu munsi ni inkuru idasanzwe kuri nge.
But that's not all. The video these guys made of her went viral. Her story touched thousands of people's hearts and they donated money to her. This is how they received all this money and much, much more, because they also received a new sofa, a TV, and even a bigger place to live.
Umuntu wese wakoze iki gikorwa mumushimirire.
Now Janviere is finally able to give her children a better life. They couldn't be happier because they are reunited at last.